friends. Happy Sunday. Say hey when you're hopping on. We are going to do an Amazon gift card giveaway today. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas, which is really exciting. I got this, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And Adam like jokingly did a little reel with it, but it's called the Glow 24K. And this is Unleash the Power of Gold. So we're gonna see, it is a face and neck massager. There are like tons and tons of viral videos on TikTok. It's LED, it's thermal, it has vibrations, but it's supposed to like tighten and sculpt your skin. If you've ever seen like those metal ball like kind of tightening and it's just like make everything look, that's what this is supposed to do. So we're gonna see. I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to read what to do, and we're going to do our regular skincare. I thought I'd come on and say hi. Sunday Night Live. Share this video, comment, share below, tag a friend, and we will do an Amazon gift card giveaway. Okay, so it says there is blue, red, and green light therapy. So the way different light therapies work is blue light is associated with skin nourishment and may help with overall skin appearance. Blue light can also help improve skin's elasticity and refine and reduce the pores. Blue light is suitable for oily and sensitive skin. So let's see. That's red light. How do I turn another light on? Maybe I should have practiced this. There's blue, okay? And then there's green. Green light may assist with skin tone and calming the skin area. It also has the effect of balancing and smoothing skin. Red light is associated with age-defying properties, can help increase the skin's vitality, which improves blood circulation. It assists in promoting with the synthesis of collagen, and red light is also associated with improvement of general skin's appearance. So you have to pick which one you like, which one's better for you. Okay. The curve of the massage head is especially designed for the shoulders, neck, and face. Other body parts, unique shape, can stream the energy from the device directly into the skin. It does have 3 sonic massage modes. Low is the blue, medium speed is green, and high speed is red. It has a memory function. Anyways, we're going to try it. How to use on the neck. So you start at the bottom and you work your way up with it turned on. Has anyone tried this? Anybody, have you seen these all over TikTok? I'm like so easily influenced. I was like, well, I would like to give one a go. Okay, so I linked everything in the description of this video. So you apply a small amount of skincare cream on the neck area and you massage until it's fully absorbed. So I can do that. Okay, select your preference mode, blue, green, or red, and apply the massager on the skin in an upward or downward motion. Use the massager on the back and front of the neck. Massage your all acupuncture points in an upward, I should have researched acupuncture points. Okay, how to use on the face. It gives you like a diagram, which I love a good visual. So it says on the face, you go upward, that's good. I've been seeing people like use it like this, and then you go upward with it. Okay, so I think I can do that. Sorry if you hear my kids. Okay, I honestly have no idea if it works really well or not, to be honest. But I did want to try it, and I thought it'd be fun to try together. So, and I plan to use it and try it and just see if I can tell a difference. I also want one of those like face masks, the red light masks that you can like lay on your bed with, and it's supposed to help with skin regeneration of your cells. And so okay, so this says, here we go, skincare cream over clean skin. I have already cleansed my skin. We're gonna get started. This is the POMIFERA just balancing facial moisturizer. I'm just gonna apply this all over, and then I'll do my serums after this. I don't know, it doesn't say whether or not you can use serums before, so I don't want to like mess it up, and I know it'll be fine if I put my serums on after. Okay, so I don't want to massage it in too much because the whole goal is you're supposed to use this to massage it in. So I'm going to put some on my neck too because we're going to just go for this. Okay, so I need to take off this necklace. So Adam surprised me with a fun date. We went to the Lauren Daigle concert. If you don't know who she is, she's a Christian artist. And we went to that. It was really, really fun. While I was there, they spoke about, she was like, even in my journey, being a Christian, she was like, sometimes I feel like, does the sound of my prayers even touch the ear of God? And she shared that she had just seen a video the night before of, there's a video going around right now, and it's of a hunter who he said he was out there and he was like, God, there's a bald eagle across the thing. And he was like, God, if you hear me, sometimes I don't feel like you hear me, but if you hear me, I would love to get close to that eagle today. And then he pans over. If you haven't seen this video, it's so cool. Just search bald eagle, God sends bald eagle or bald eagle on shoulder or whatever. And he pans over, spoiler alert, and there is a bald eagle on his shoulder. And he was like, you really just can't get closer than this. And it was just so I don't know, I loved hearing that story. And then I also loved hearing, she just said just talk about Christmas and the gifts of Christmas and the gifts of Christmas joy. And that there are so many, the gifts the Lord gives us that we could not earn them. You couldn't be good enough. You couldn't do enough good things. You could not earn what all Jesus gave, but he gives them freely. And as someone who struggles with feeling self-worth issues or feeling good enough or feeling if I make a mistake, that separates me from God or from others or people or all these things. And just to kind of have a, I'm going to talk while I do this. We're going to do which color? Sorry. And then we're going to talk and do this story time at the same time. Age defying, I'm going red. That's what I'm going to do. And it's the highest. So I'm why not just start with the most? But I just thought how true is it that we try and convince ourselves that we have to earn the love of God, and that even, I would say most, this thing's getting warm, and kind of very, very tingly, you can feel electrolysis, I guess, see, it's those little, so I've been watching people and it's just I don't know, but I haven't tried this before, we're just gonna try it, but I was how often do we convince ourselves that we have to earn the love of God that he freely wants to give us, and we kind of complicate it. But it was really beautiful. It was a great surprise. I love her. Anyways, how was your weekend? Oh, I don't even know what it means when it beeps. I really probably should have read this more. Okay. It's very satisfying. Just gonna go slowly. So were we in an area that was hit by the tornadoes? So where Adam grew up in Hendersonville, which is about 5 miles outside of Nashville, was hit. We have friends and family, not family, but friends, and so we checked on everybody, and luckily we were not, but I was up until 3:30. We had really bad storms. And I was up because our dogs were going crazy, and the warning or the watches, it would say you're now under watch until this time, you're now under watch. And so I didn't want to go to sleep not knowing, and it said about 30 miles from here that there were one on the ground. And so that's one of my biggest fears. I was in a tornado when I was in elementary school. We have them a lot in our area. They're terrifying. And so basically when you have a tornado watch going on, you go about your day. You go get groceries, you go get your hair done, you're doing all the things, but it's just saying hey, be on the lookout. It's conditions that you could have a tornado, right? And then when you hear that nearby has had one, that's when it's scary. The scariest to me is like when you don't know for sure exactly if or when something's coming. So we didn't have any warnings near us, so that was good, but they were just on the ground. So if you like say prayers for Middle Tennessee, there's a lot of devastation in those areas. We had a bad tornado here in our town a couple years ago, and it did a lot of like devastation. They're just powerful. They will like remind you that nature is powerful. Okay, this is quite a high vibration. Okay, so I don't know what the people on the internet are doing, but they just hold it just like this, kind of like rotate it up. It's supposed to help like with your lymphatic drainage. It's kind of like accelerating the effects of a gua sha. Just gonna go through. I feel like there's no way this would be bad, but like the circulation aspect. I wonder if that beeping is how long I'm supposed to stay on one side of my face. We're gonna read about it. Read about it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch more videos. Basically, this is all I see that you do, which this I can completely do. I do know, like, I will simulate this area to try and lift my brows naturally. So I would say that all of these like tight muscles that this, I would think in theory, this would be really good for it. Okay, so when I was in 3rd grade, we had a tornado come through, and they put us in the hall, and we were at school, and like the windows kind of like blew out. We weren't in the classrooms, but the doors blew open, and they're all like the papers that hang on an elementary school wall were like flying around everywhere, and it lifted up like our playground, the slide, the like merry-go-round thing, but it did not hit our school, but it hit like touchdown, like right in the yard of the school. And luckily we were all inside, but they had you just line up in the hallway and put a book over your head, and everyone was screaming, and you could tell, like, because they make you do tornado drills here, and you could tell like, well, this is not a drill, like that, like you couldn't keep the doors shut, like there's so much wind and like howling sound. It was terrifying. And I would say that probably started my fear of storms at the bright old age of Lola's in 3rd grade now. She's 9. And or just the reality of like, they are powerful. And so, but I've been very lucky to not have to be like obviously in one. Very grateful. Okay, that's all I'm going to do of this. I have no idea I'm going to do the rest of my skincare. You know, folks, I would want to use this for like 30 days and tell you guys, like, do I look more like the people I saw? They would hold it for, I don't know, like 30 seconds. I will say I could tell. Okay, we're gonna do this side. I feel like I've given this one some attention. So, I don't know. See. Does anyone use one of these for like a long period of time or consistently? I would love to know. It also says it tightens your pores. No, this does not hurt at all. This is a 0 for 0 pain. It is just like vibrating warm and a little tingly. I did get one of those New Face tiny, the tiny one, and the first time I used that, it was like zzz, zzz, and this is not the same. I feel like I've got good blood flow. My face is nice and rosy. Have no idea if it will make me look like a baby or not, but I definitely, it doesn't hurt. It gives good circulation, and I think I'll just need to continue to try it, and I'll let you know if I can see results. I don't hate it. I just need, it's the internet. It is like so, like girls I saw using it, I don't want to be disappointed. Like they would just put it on their face, and then when they would take it away, maybe they edited it and like contoured or something, but they just looked so like it's like it tightened their skin, like as if they were 20 years younger. I'm not having that same type of instant result. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm sorry to disappoint myself. But I don't necessarily hate it. It massages, like, I think I could sit in bed and just do this. I love to gua sha my face anyways. And I do think like the biggest part is you want blood flow to your face. You want to increase stimulation, circulation, and elasticity. This also, I would assume, disrupts a little bit to where you get more collagen. So you could also do it this way and definitely get lymphatic drainage. Is warm, satisfying. I just had like an unrealistic expectation. I had one of those. Do you have these? Can anybody see a difference? I don't know. I feel like it might be in my head that I can see a difference. Can you see? I'm going to go on this side like 2 more times because I feel like I gave this side like a good little several goes. If that is the baby up again. She took no nap today. And then I was up until 3 with the storms. I'm going to give this. You use the heat and red light tool. It's round and just have to be consistent, plus with the serums and POMIFERA oil. Okay, that's what everyone said. Like you have to use it consistently. I'm going to give it a go for like the next. I feel like I can tell a difference. They say if you use this thing often, that like it helps with shaping your face. Oh, that's a good idea. Take before and after pictures and then try using it for several weeks. Love that idea. I don't know. Just feel like I'm a little rosy. I can't tell. Like I feel like if I turn a certain way, I'm like, maybe I look more snatched. I don't know. I will consistently try it though. I will give anything a good go. Okay, we're gonna put on our serums. I have been doing something called mooing. Have you heard of that? Mooing, like M-E-W-I-N-G. And it's where you go like, and you press your tongue to the front roof of your mouth. And you're supposed to be able to reshape under your chin. Anyways, it's just the internet telling me. But this girl that I follow, she says that's what she's been doing for the last 6 months. And then she does these like cheek exercises. Do you ever follow people like this? Like, I should do videos like this, but of like, what are my cheek exercises? But she does like, so I've been doing them. Like, especially if I'm at a stoplight. I broke the thing on my mirror, so I just have always a mirror because my visor's down and I should always have a mirror. So when I'm at a stoplight, I'm like, I'm going to do this mooing or facial yoga technique. So you go and see how it like tightens there. And you're supposed to be able to, just like you build muscle anywhere else in your body, you're supposed to be able to build facial muscles. And this girl has like the best. She says she's never gotten cheek filler. I have never gotten cheek filler either. But she says she's never gotten cheek filler, and she's just been going like, and then for under the chin, going like, And so I have been trying them, and I dare say, like, either it's because I'm losing weight or my cheeks are getting tighter, but I consistently, kind of like Kegels. Do you ever do Kegels throughout the day? And you're like, okay, I'm going to try every time I use the bathroom to do a couple Kegels, and then I'm going to try, you know, like, tell yourself like different times. So now I used to do those at stoplights. Well, now I've started getting into, I can only do so many things. So hopefully I don't lose bladder control because I've started focusing on my cheeks. But, anyways, Esmia, hi. She says, cue everyone doing facial yoga with you as we speak. Hi, it's me. Yeah. So there's all these facial yoga things that you can do. And then she'll like take her hands and go like with serum. I feel like I need more. I'm going to put some POMIFERA oil on. And like rub out your face, right? So I don't know. I'm here for it. Anybody? Have you done facial yoga? So if you don't know what a Kegel is, it's where you like tighten yourself, you know, like it's the same thing you use if you're going to stop your flow when you're using the bathroom. And if you've ever had children, they recommend that you should do at least 10 Kegels 3 times a day to help repair your pelvic floor. You just like tighten that same thing. And I've had a lot of kids, and so you know, I need all the extra tightening. So I do practice Kegels, and then you can like stop your, we just talk about all the health here. So, it's good to have good health there. Nobody wants to like laugh and you trickle, or sneeze and you trickle, or all the above, jumping jacks, squatting. Like I started going to the gym and I literally have to wear like a panty liner because it's like, I have had a lot of children. And so practicing Kegels. So those are like, but now that was normally my stoplight thing. So I got to find a different time. Okay. So I'm using POMIFERA's, pure oil on my face right now to do this, but any sort of serum or oil, and then you take and you do this and you like work out all those, looks ridiculous, but you're going to work out your fine lines. Yeah, that's how I am. When the doctor will tell me, I'm like, great, I just did that while you were talking. How weird. So my mom used to do these things. She used to follow this girl who would do like all these facial yoga techniques and like the cheek thing, like, and between my mom and my grandmother, I guess that's why I like skincare so much. But I think if you can stimulate certain areas of your face without having to like, you know, inject it with things, like it just smooths out these areas. So it looks ridiculous, but I'll take like a gua sha, like when I'm in the bathtub, I have POMIFERA oil by my tub, and I'll just sit in there and like listen to an Audible or scroll on my phone, and I'll use like a gua sha or even my like knuckles, and I'll do this. And I just simply like try shaping and sculpting my face, going like upward. And then I'll go like down, do lymphatic, and like pump your little like adrenal glands here and try and get those flowing. And then once I had like a breast lift and reduction recently, I had a lot of swelling. Like things did not look like they normally do. And so I've had to do like lymphatic, so you like drain here, and then I've had to do like lymphatic massages, like trying to get like the lumps and stuff out of here, and then like down my back, and then closer to the back and down my sides. And so anyways, If you haven't searched facial yoga, you're missing out. There's so many things that I'm like, oh, well, I think I could incorporate that into my life. But my favorite part is especially when you see people's like before and afters, and you, I don't know, you just see other people doing stuff. Okay, this is my new favorite product by POMIFERA. It is called Revive. If you have not tried it yet, it leaves you so glowy. It looks like you just went and got a hydrofacial, but you didn't. It has lipids in it, and it helps with restoring your skin. And you can wear it underneath your makeup or before bed. There are exercises for your neck. Sheila, you should totally look at that. My grandmother used to say the same thing. Save your skin. Like, she preached that to me my whole. She's like, I wish I had not like laid out with aluminum foil and all these things. She's like, take care of your skin. So, okay, so this, if you can see like how hydrated and glowy. Who has gotten this in? It's the Revive. Anybody? So good. It gives you instant results. Your skin will instantly look glowy and radiant. It does contain POMIFERA oil as well. It's anti-aging, and it helps protect your skin and also helps repair it. And so, but my favorite part is like when you look at your skin, like it looks youthful, young, glowy, like hydrated, radiant. I could just continue to go on. Like it makes your skin sing. This product. Waiting on yours? Yay, you have it. You've got it. Anybody else? Like I've gotten so many messages of people who have gotten this, just launched this month. So I have only gotten to show it a few times. Every time I show it, every time I use it, like it's one of those, Natalie came in and I was like, you've got to try the new POMIFERA. Like it's so good. You've got to get some. It's so good. And then, I mean, it's everybody, like my babysitter, like my family members, like, you know, when you find something that you're like you got to try this. That is, so I listed it in the description of the video, but it's POMIFERA. It's the skincare that I use, and this is called Revive. And it seriously is like new staple. I've been using their products now for about 3 years, and this is by far my favorite thing they've launched. Like, I love what their skincare has done for my skin. My skin is pretty clear almost all the time. My redness is gone. My cystic acne is gone. My scarring, my wrinkle, like literally, like I used to get filler, like here are my laugh lines. I used to get Botox in my crow's feet. I used to get it in my nose. Like I don't get any of that. Now I do get Botox a little bit right along here when I get a deep wrinkle, like around once a year. Because I genetically, our family has a deep wrinkle. Everything else I literally do with like this. I did go get that done maybe a month ago, just right here. But as far as like, I used to get like a lot of, you know, things done, just like to try and like cover up lines, and I don't do any of that. I literally just am like swear by skincare, and then I will do like a hydrofacial or microneedling or something every now and then. But daily skincare and good skincare has been so good. So, but like, I mean, I still have, if I like do this, you can see my crow's feet. I mean, but I don't have like resting crow's feet anymore. I don't have like a resting laugh line. I don't have any of that. And so it's probably been, goodness, it was before I got pregnant with Veda. And before, I would say probably 4 years since I've gotten any, and they dissolve in about a year. So if that tells you what's going on, but, so good. Okay. This, so if you're looking for like a glowy vibe, this is it. Yeah, the only thing I get Botox is just, and I'm super transparent with you guys about it. Like I could tell, hey, like the genetic deep wrinkle is coming back. She's raging. And so I was like, okay, but that's it. I don't want to not be able to like move my face around. That was one of the things. I'm really expressive. So when I used to get Botox a long time ago, I would notice that like certain areas of my face that I'd move a lot, then other areas would start getting like wrinkly and move, like make my expressions through other areas. And so I don't know, I am not against Botox whatsoever. I just do think whatever I can try to do like on my own and help support through collagen and through like skincare, I do. And then whatever you need extra, like, I mean, I'm not like chastising anyone. I literally just got a reduction in lift. So you do what works for you and makes you feel confident in your body, whatever it works. But I'm just trying to share what some of the things that have been really good for me. And like, I don't know, I feel like it's transparent. I mean, HIPAA, I don't have to tell you technically anything, but I want to tell you because I want to be honest. Like, hey, yeah, like that is the magic of Botox. The rest of it's been the power of POMIFERA. So anyways, all right, friends, I'm going to hop off here. My kids are still up. Lexia's had final exams, so we've been studying. I'm going to go over one last round of flashcards with her and do that really quick. I'm going to do a little Bible study for whoever wants it. We will do that really quickly and then call it a sweet dreams and good night. All right, Ruth. I love the book of Ruth. We are just going to, okay, covenant love. Naomi has now heard of God visiting his people and giving food after the famine. She's decided to return to Bethlehem and to her God. Orpah and Ruth are determined to go with her, but Naomi pleads with them to stay. She wanted them to have a good life, and staying would be an easier choice. We already read this the other day. Sorry friends, sorry. Oh, moving right ahead. In Jesus, we have been brought near the life of faith. Though Orpah made the more logical decision, Ruth was determined to follow Naomi, but we will learn that this is more than just loyalty to Naomi. It was the loyalty to the Lord. The language that Ruth uses is a covenant language. It mimics the covenant language of God in Genesis 17:7 and 8 and in Exodus 6 and 7. God had promised to Israel that he would be their God and he would be their people. This leads us to believe that Ruth had some knowledge of the scriptures and of the faithful love that God had for his people. This is the language of conversion. It was not just a commitment to Naomi, though that certainly was part of it. This is a commitment to God himself. This is Ruth saying that though she was physically born as a Moabite, she now is spiritually an Israelite. The conversion of Ruth has several similarities to the conversion of Rahab and Joshua too, as we see a foreign woman who is placed in their faith in the grace and the Hesed love of God. Interesting though, Boaz is the son of Rahab. Perhaps Boaz saw a little of his own mother in the foreign young woman who would come into his life. The book of Ruth is also a beautiful reminder of God's desire to draw all nations to himself. Those of us who have trusted by faith in God's saving grace are now spiritually part of God's chosen people. Galatians will tell us in Christ that we become heirs of Abraham, and that in Jesus there is no Jew or Greek or slave or free or male or female, that we were once far from God, but in Jesus we have been brought near, and we find peace in who he is. He himself is our peace. We are reminded that no matter how bad things seem to be, God is always drawing people to himself. It was a dark time for Israel during the days of the judges, but even then, even when no one else could see it, God was at work. He was calling the remnant to himself and calling his people from the nations. The passage reminds us that the faith should be alive and it should cause us to act. Faith in God causes act in faith. Faith impacts our everyday. Faith dictates our decisions, and faith changes the course of our lives. Faith gives us confidence under pressure and enables us to trust God against all odds. We must remember that it is faith, not just wishful thinking, good vibes, or inspirational words. This is faith in the God who is working for us in all situations and who has promised everything for our good. Romans 8:28. Ruth chose in faith to follow the Lord, not knowing what the outcome would be. We must do the same with utter confidence that he will be faithful to us. When we choose to trust him, our lives put the faithfulness of God on display. Whatever it is we are facing, we know that we can trust in him. So the verse that is highlighted is when we choose to trust him, our lives put the faithfulness of God on display. And so there's just a few questions in this Bible study, and it just says, how does knowledge of God's word increase our faith? How does our faith spur us to action? And how does faith enable us to trust the Lord? So, little words for thoughts. How does the knowledge of God's word increase our faith? I feel like going through times of really, there was a scripture in Job where it said, like, God will restore your happy home. And I will say that I like clung to that scripture, like had so much faith. And I would see it like every day, everywhere. Or I would see like little phrases. Like I can remember being in Target and seeing this phrase like that said like, season of abundance, and like seeing just different things and like claiming those things over my life and having faith that like God would restore my happy home. Like God would give me what was taken away from our family. Like God would like restore these things. And I think faith plays such a huge part in I even saw a thing on Instagram where it says that like our body's cells like physically react to what we think. And I just thought, like, from a spiritual perspective, how powerful is that the words we say over our body, like the words we say about how we look, how we feel, how we are, how we're healing, how strong we are, how weak we are, how fat, how beautiful, how all these things, that our actual physical cells respond to positive thinking and like thoughts of good. And when you have faith that God is doing something and you believe God is doing something, your actual physical body changes based on your belief. Like, I just think that is just crazy. Like, I know that there's so much power in the tongue and like power of life and death, and like we can build something up or we can tear it down, you know, like how powerful that is. But to think that like your actual thoughts and the actual words that you say change the cells and chemistry and body makeup of your being. I just was like, wow, this is a huge reminder of like where my faith should be, where my trust should be, where my worries are, like not to worry, where to put my cares and my sorrows and my things that are out of my control and fear and all these things, like, because what I think is physically changing the cells in my body. So I want to be sure I'm thinking good, pure thoughts, thinking good, wholesome things, good, like encouraging, uplifting, like things. And what I'm saying about myself, that I'm not tearing myself down, because I literally am making up the makeup of my body. And so good. Anyways, if that's just I didn't know that. I did not. I mean, I do know that there's power in your tongue that, you know, can change your mood, that it can change all these things. But I did not know that your thoughts, that the cells of your body react differently, and it changes your cellular makeup if you have faith, or if you think positive, or if you think these, or if you think negative, or do it. Like, so important what we're filling our brains with, and so important of what we're like putting out. So anyways, for anybody who's struggling with their like journey of faith tonight, or if you feel like the man who was hunting and he was just praying like, God, I want to get close to that eagle, and lo and behold, does the Lord not just make an eagle land on his shoulder, like a bald eagle? Can you even imagine? I don't know if I would have even been calm, cool, and collected. I probably would have been like, Lord, I gotta work on my prayers. Like, how you can't get much closer than that. And so, but that he hears your cries, and he like hears what you're going through, and you're not alone. That is like the most, like, even last night, having tornadoes and everything, at a certain point, I literally I'd set like alarms over and over, and then she had gotten up, dogs gotten up, cats got out, like all these things. One of the cats went outside, was meowing outside. I had to take the screen off of my window, and he climbed up the screen and got into the house. Like, it was just a weird night. But at some point in the night, I literally had to be like, God, I trust you that tonight, even though I am so scared of storms, if I fall asleep, I believe that you are powerful enough to wake me up or make that storm go another direction. And I had to be like, I give that to you and I'm going to bed. Like, I had like alarms on my phone from the weather place, you know, to give emergency. Like, I wasn't just being like, I don't know, not a good steward, I guess, but at some point you have to be like, this is out of my control, you know, and I give this to Jesus, I'm going to bed. Like, I'm getting rest, and I'm resting and feeling and knowing that the Lord just puts angels around my home. And anyway, so for any of you tonight that, you know, that is, it is just hard. Some days are harder to have faith than others, but it just was like, I don't know, you see sometimes things on the internet, but it speaks to you in a different way. I'm sure that the person who wrote about cellular changes in your body based on the way that you think had no idea that some girl in Tennessee would read that and be like, oh, well, when I have faith and when I do these things, that like I'm literally changing the cellular makeup in my mind. I also saw another one where it said that like under a microscope, your tears, have you ever researched this? Under a microscope, your tears, if they were tears when you were happy, they look a certain way. If they were tears of sorrow, they're completely, the makeup of your tear is different. If they were tears of grief or joy, and under a microscope, you can tell like they're different types of tears. And I just thought like, how powerful if you think that the Lord has like knows every tear you've cried, right? Ever. And knows everything you've gone through, every time you've wet your pillow, and, you know, all these things, but that he can look at that and he knows, like, even the physical makeup of the tear is like identifiable by science, that they're different. And I just thought that that was like, it was from a scientific perspective of how tears are different. But when I read it, I just thought like, oh, when you think he knows all the tears you cried, like even scientifically, like all the tears you cry are different, and there you can see the makeup of each one of them is different. And I have no doubt that God knows like that tear was because you were laughing so hard, but this tear over here, like I can see that that was a tear of grief or a tear of sorrow. And he sees all of those, and then he wants to be there to comfort you. Like, you don't have to earn it. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to be perfect. Any of these things, like, but he doesn't want you to do it alone. Like, that is just so mind-boggling to me. Like, hairs on your head, the number of sand in the sea, like, at the beach, stars in the sky, everywhere. Like, just so big. So big. Anyways, but I hope you guys have a good night, and I'm sure I will see you this week. I hope I see you this week. I do want to thank all of you who hang out with me. Just so grateful for each one of you who have, some of you have been with me very little. You just started following me or found me, or a friend told you about me, or it popped up as an ad, who knows. And then other of you have been with me for years, and some of you have been there when I was in other relationships. Some of you have been there, like, you know, when my other kids were babies, some when I was pregnant with this baby, like throughout that entire journey. But I really am so grateful for those who like hang out with me, and we get together, we do skincare. I get to hear like things about your life, and then get to kind of feel like I'm not just on here talking to myself. So I am so grateful for all of you who like are part of my life, and then also who have supported like me along the way. And whether you've like liked or commented or shared or hopped on or shopped or any of those things, I really am so grateful to be able to have this space and to share like my heart and fun stuff like, hey, does this thing work? Or things that like, oh my God, this really works. Or just fun life with you. I love sharing things I find that I love. And I don't know, I'm just really grateful for you guys. So been there for a long time. Isn't that so cool? Like following for years. Like, so amazing to me. When we were at the concert, someone came up to me and she was like, hey, I just wanted to say hi. We stayed at your camp, like, and I follow you, and like all these things. And you just think like, I don't know, we run into people a good bit who say hi, which if you ever see me out in town, I probably will look like a bridge troll because that's what I look like most of the time in real life. And I'll probably have a million kids with me, but always say hi. I am not like weird. I probably am, probably like socially awkward in real life, but definitely always say hi. But when I have encounters, I just think like, it's mind-blowing to me that the Lord can like cross your paths. I told Adam when we went to this arena, it's at the Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville is where we went. And I said when I was 14, I came here so I was at the concert this weekend. That's my, went for a surprise date. And, but I said, when I was 14, I came here with a friend to an event called Winterfest. And I remember sitting there and it was packed. There's about 15,000 people that can be seated there. And I was just like praising and worshiping the Lord. And I like could tell you exactly where I was sitting. I can count on my hands how many times I have like audibly felt like you've heard from the Lord, you know? And I remember feeling like you're going to reach more people than are in this room. And it was the most amount of people I'd ever seen in my life. It's a huge arena. And I looked around, and at the time I was homeschooled. I had maybe 4 friends. The internet was not even a thing. And there was someone speaking, and I just thought, Lord, I do not want to do public speaking. I could never speak in front of all these people. But if you will use me, like, I will try whatever I can. Like, how could I ever? And I told Adam this weekend, I was like, I literally, like, going back to that place and being there. And I've gone a couple other Winterfests over the years, and every time I just am like baffled to look around and think like, wow, on a daily opportunity, I get to talk to more people than are in this room, you know? And like later that year, I'd gone to youth camp, and I had a couple different people come and say like, the Lord's going to use you to reach millions of people. And I just thought like, millions of people are a lot of people. Like, I have no idea how that would even be possible. And then you look at the internet now and you think like, wow, that may really be possible. Not that God doesn't do what he says he's going to do, but I'm like the least qualified person to be able to do something like that. Like, I literally have like, I never leave my house. I don't know that many people. Like, I have a handful of good friends, and I'm just an introverted human. And to think that like technology has made it to where like my life can cross paths with your life, and that maybe God could touch my heart on something that you are going through that day and use me to give you hope, whether that's about your life, your marriage, your motherhood, your body, your value, your worth. Like, I don't know, that he could use me to maybe brighten someone's day. It's just like mind-blowing to me, and I really am like so grateful. So grateful. And so anyways, I just think it's so amazing. But especially to kind of physically see a bunch of people and think, holy cow. Like, and then it also will put you in check to be like, oh, I don't want to screw it up. Like, I don't want to not like be sure that I'm being something good for you guys. Like, and that it's more meaningful than just like what new lipstick came out, you know? I want to be sure that I try and make a big difference with the impact that I've been so fortunate to have. Like, hoping that not only could I, but maybe we could lock arms together and do something like huge on our own, since over the years, like when we had Jane and Kate, and then when we've had I give a portion of everything every year, 10% or more back to just projects like clean water wells, building a clinic, putting in electricity in villages, like helping locally with like jackets and shoes. And like, I don't like to like brag about it, but I do know that like Adam and I have been working on like starting a foundation. And at some point I hope that like, if there are people who want to volunteer, and there are people who want to like help with things, or if there's people that want to go on like mission trips, or that if we want to put in something big, that like maybe we all get to do it together. And so I don't know, we're working on all that right now, but I am really, really excited to think that like, oh, like God has his hand in something really fun in our lives. And so something that's like, you know, hopefully that it helps us not just be able to make an impact like on what we're doing, but how we can make an impact on what all like we could do, like to, I don't know, I don't want to sound like Mother Teresa and be like, change the world, but seriously. Like change, like I really do. I have like this such a big dream that like, why are there kids that are starving, or why are there people that don't have a roof over their head, or why are there all these different things, like, or people that can't feed their kids, and like how can we make a difference? And so I think like if it's a lot of people doing a little bit together, like we could all make a big difference. And so hopefully here soon, we've been going through like all the legal process of it and like meeting with attorneys and like getting everything set up, and then that way it's not just like, hey, if you want to help with this person we know doing this, it's like we could actually do this together. So anyways, hope you guys have such a good day. Have a good week. I just pray blessings and love and favor and like goodness over your life, protection, and that you just have the best week. It is like that time of year. I saw somebody like getting mad at somebody in the parking lot of Target yesterday, and I was like, oh, it's that time of year. It's the time of year I'm not gonna really leave my house. Like, it's time of year, except I have to. I have like Christmas programs and, you know, Christmas parties at different classrooms and like all these things. And so, but it's that time. So just praying a little extra love, you know, in your life. And I will see you later this week.